If you ever feel like your days are just a series of reactions.
Like you're just putting out fires.
Exactly. The ping of a notification pulls you one way, and you start the day already feeling behind. If that sounds familiar, then this deep dive is definitely for you. Today, we're looking at a framework for reclaiming your time, for escaping that constant digital noise.
And it's all built around one habit. A simple, but let's be honest, pretty challenging habit.
Rising before the sun.
That's the one.
Yeah.
We're pulling back the curtain on Robin Sharma's The 5 a.m. Club methodology.
Which is more than just a book, right? It's a whole philosophy.
It is. It's something he's been teaching for, decades. To entrepreneurs, top CEOs, even sports superstars. And our sources really boil it all down to one single powerful idea.
And what's that?
Own your morning. Elevate your life.
Okay, so this isn't just about, getting an extra hour of work in before everyone else.
Not at all.
The promise here is that using that first hour, that specific window from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., and using it correctly, can put you in the top 5% of performers in the world.
That's the claim. And the stakes for not doing it are getting higher.
How so?
Well, the stakes are your focus and ultimately your genius. The sources are pretty clear that this quiet hour, before the world really wakes up, is maybe the only time you can access that high-level creative thinking.
Because the rest of the day is just noise.
It's what the material calls digital dementia, a constant state of distraction where technology, frankly, enslaves us. So this pre-dawn hour is your one guaranteed defense. You set your priorities before the world sets them for you.
Okay, so let's get into the foundation. It's obviously more than just setting an alarm clock. The source stresses this idea of doing deep internal work first.
Right. And that brings us to what he calls the 4 interior empires.
The 4 interior empires. I like that. So why isn't just focusing on, say, mindset enough?
Because your external success, the empire you're trying to build in the real world, is always just a reflection of your internal state.
Oh, that's interesting.
The source says it really bluntly. External always expresses internal. So if you're, chaotic on the inside, your work will be chaotic. But if you are whole, if you're energized, your impact will be extraordinary. You just can't build a skyscraper on a cracked foundation.
That makes a ton of sense. So let's break down those 4 empires. What are they?
Okay, so we start with E1, which is mindset. This is your psychology. It's all about cultivating a mindset of possibility, about actively rooting out those limiting beliefs we all have.
Like what kind of beliefs? Can you give us an example?
Sure. Think about imposter syndrome, that little voice that says you're not good enough, or that great success is for other people.
Right.
The mindset work is about intentionally installing new beliefs that tell you your work is valuable, that you can, elevate your ordinary tasks into something that feels like art. It's about becoming a better person, not just a more productive machine.
Okay, mindset is E1. What's next?
Next up is E2, the heart set. And this one might be a bit surprising for a book on productivity. It's your emotional life.
Your emotional life.
Yeah. Your capacity for things like forgiveness and gratitude. The idea is that suppressed anger or resentment, they're like these heavyweights that just drag down your mental energy.
So you have to clear that out.
You have to purify that heart set to move through the world with lightness.
Okay, and E3. I'm guessing this one is more familiar.
It is. E3 is the health set, your physical health and energy. And there's this great line in the source material from the billionaire character.
Go on.
He says, "Health is the crown on the well person's head that only the ill person can see."
Wow, that hits hard.
It does. It's a reminder that so many of us trade our health for wealth when we're young and then spend all that wealth trying to buy our health back later.
You never want to be the richest person in the graveyard.
Exactly. Physical vitality is the fuel for everything else.
All right, so that leaves the last one, E4.
E4 is the soul set. This is about spirituality, connecting to your authentic nature. It's about inner peace, that quiet certainty about who you are and why you're here.
And when you bring all 4 together.
When you develop all 4 of those inner empires, mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set, your creativity, your productivity, everything you do, it just becomes an expression of that strong inner world.
Yeah, sets the stage perfectly. So we know the why. Now let's get to the how, the tactical part.
The 20-20-20 formula.
Right, the structure for that victory hour from 5 to 6 a.m. And what's the biggest mistake people make when they try this?
The biggest mistake is just thinking waking up is enough. It's not. The power is in what you do. If you wake up at 5 a.m. and you just scroll through Instagram or start answering emails,
You've already lost.
you've completely destroyed the benefit of the hour. This formula is designed specifically to optimize your brain chemistry and protect your focus.
Okay, let's break it down. Pocket 1 from 5:00 to 5:20 a.m. is move. Hard exercise. What exactly does hard mean here?
Hard means you need to break a sweat. Get your heart rate up. And the science behind this is what makes it so powerful.
What's happening in the brain?
Well, cortisol, that's the fear hormone, right?
Yeah.
It's naturally at its highest level when we wake up.
The stress hormone.
Exactly. And intense exercise immediately starts to lower it.
So you're clearing out the stress right away.
You're clearing the runway for high performance. And you're also releasing something called BDNF.
Brain-derived neurotrophic factor. I've heard of that.
That's it. And it's basically like fertilizer for your brain. It helps grow new neural cells, sharpens your thinking. It's a huge cognitive investment for the rest of the day.
Okay, so that's the first 20 minutes. Then pocket 2, 5.20 to 5.4, is reflect. Silence and stillness. That's a big shift.
A huge shift. And it's critical for the heart set and soul set. This is time for journaling, for planning your day, and not just a to-do list, but setting your core intention or meditation.
Why is that reflection so important?
Because the source argues it's a primary source of transformation. It leaves you with what it calls residual wisdom that guides you all day.
Instead of just reacting to everything.
Exactly. You know that famous quote about how all of humanity's problems stem from our inability to just sit quietly in a room alone?
Right. It really gets at that.
It's the whole idea. Refusing solitude is, in a way, an escape from freedom. It's where your best ideas come from.
Okay, that leaves the last 20 minutes. Pocket 3, from 5:40 to 6:00 a.m. is grow. Learning and development.
This is dedicated learning.
Yeah.
So reading books in your field, listening to audiobooks, anything that directly increases your professional knowledge.
This is how you get ahead.
This is how you gain that huge competitive advantage. I mean, think about it. If you get 20 minutes of specific knowledge every single day, you'll just rapidly outpace your peers who spend that time checking social media.
So we have the structure, move, reflect, grow. But the friction point for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people, is just sustaining it. How do you keep it going?
That's where the habit escalation protocol comes in. And you have to have realistic expectations.
Okay.
The source uses this great metaphor of a space shuttle launch. It needs the most fuel, the most thrust in those first 60 seconds just to escape Earth's gravity.
The beginning is the hardest part.
It's the most painful part, absolutely.
So how long do we have to fuel that rocket? When does it become automatic?
Approximately 66 days, about 9 weeks. That's the 66-day rule. And the methodology breaks this down into 3 distinct 22-day phases, which really helps set your expectations.
Okay, walk us through them.
So the first 22 days, that's the destruction phase. You're literally destroying old habits, like hitting snooze or grabbing your phone. And it feels hard. It's painful. It takes pure willpower.
I can imagine. And the next 22 days?
That's the installation phase. You're actually building the new neural pathways, but it can feel confusing. You might slip up, feel anxious, because it's not second nature yet.
And the final third?
That's integration. Days 45 to 66. This is where it finally clicks. The habit becomes automatic. It's just part of who you are.
So it's no longer something you have to do.
It's who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it reinforces this idea that, awesome takes patience. Genius takes time.
That brings up a good point about the energy required. I mean, 66 days of that kind of discipline, you can't just burn the candle at both ends.
You absolutely cannot. And that's where the twin cycles of elite performance come in. You have to balance the high excellence cycle. That's the intense work.
With the refueling.
With the deep refueling cycle. Rest, recovery, sleep. It's just as important.
And that's a huge insight, especially for anyone who sort of prides themselves on being a workaholic.
It is. Because willpower isn't something you're born with. It's a muscle. It gets stronger with practice, but it also gets depleted.
It runs out.
It runs out.
Yeah.
And we make our worst decisions, our absolute lowest choices when we're exhausted. So that regeneration, that refueling is essential.
And this leads us right to the enemy of all of this, right? The modern problem.
The ferocious global sleep recession.
Yeah.
It's driven almost entirely by technology, and it sabotages your 5 a.m. start before you even go to bed.
It's the blue light from screens. That's the main culprit, isn't it?
Precisely. That blue light actively suppresses melatonin, the chemical that tells your body it's time to sleep. And without deep sleep, you just can't achieve peak performance. It's impossible.
So there's the external enemy of the technology. But the sources also talk about an internal enemy.
Right, the ancient brain, the limbic system. Its only job is to keep you safe and comfortable.
By keeping things the same.
Exactly. So when you try something new and hard, like the 5 a.m. routine, Your ancient brain sees it as a threat. It throws up all this resistance, that little voice telling you to just hit snooze.
So you're literally fighting your own brain every morning.
You are, which is why you need a plan. You need to combat both the external enemy, the screens, and the internal one. And that's the pre-sleep ritual.
The deconstruction phase.
A really rigorous structure designed to protect your sleep, which in turn protects your morning willpower.
So lay out that timeline for us. What does it look like?
Okay, it starts early. From 7:00,
Yeah.
last meal of the day, and this is the big one, all devices get turned off.
All of them. That's tough.
All of them. You have to create isolation from that hyperstimulation. Then, from 8:20 to 9:00 p.m., you focus on connection and recovery. Real conversations, no devices, maybe a second meditation, or read an actual physical book.
Okay. And the last hour, 9:00 to 10:00 p.m.
This is all about preparation. You get into a cool, dark, tech-free bedroom, and you lay out your exercise gear for pocket one the next morning.
You make it seamless.
You remove all friction. Then you do an evening gratitude practice. It's not tedious, it's protective. It ensures you wake up at 5 a.m. ready to go, not resentful.
You know what this deep dive really shows is that the 5 a.m. Club isn't just a schedule. It's a whole system for building those 4 interior empires, for forging what the book calls a bulletproofed character.
And you have to remember the purpose behind it. World class is a process, not an event. And the real goal isn't just about you. The reason you master yourself is so you can be more helpful to others, to society.
It connects all this tactical advice back to a much higher purpose.
It does. And there was this one piece of wisdom in the sources about life's fragility that really stuck with me.
Where was it?
The observation that tomorrow is a bonus, not a right.
Wow.
We all do it right. We postpone our best selves. I'll be happy when I have more time, more money. But the book reminds us, you can't take your title or your toys with you when you die.
I have yet to see a moving truck following a hearse.
Never.
And that leaves us with a very immediate challenge for you, the listener. Don't put off your heroism. Don't delay your peacefulness. Look at everything we covered today, the 20-20-20, the sleep ritual. What is the one small step you'll take tonight to stop postponing your greatest self?
The time for action is now.
Until next time, remember the mantra. Start at 5 a.m. Own your morning. Elevate your life.